走れソリよ、風のように、得意点を、パドルパドル。メリークリスマス。
Yes, Merry Christmas, everybody! Welcome back to Let's Talk Fate Grand Order. I am one of your hosts, Waiting for Morgan Omega. With me, as always, is my co-host, Waiting for Morgan Lucky.
Hey everybody, season's greetings. Hope you're enjoying all those snow and presents, I guess?
Hope you're enjoying Santa Altar kicking your butt.
I honestly am. I did not know I needed Santa Altar in my life until she was in my life.
Santa, that skirts a little, don't you think? How many other great quotes. So, yes, this is Let's Talk Fate Grand Order, your one-stop shop for Fate Grand Order podcasting. Unless, of course, you're talking about the actual Fate Grand Order podcast. But that's in Japanese, so,
Well, you're just stuck with us, so...
Rajo.
Glad you're aboard.
Yes, and of course, our favorite question to answer is, where is our third man, aka, where the fuck is Ron? He is contemplating the heliopause in the void between the stars.
Honestly, I think that has something to do with finals, but I'm not going to question it.
Mm-hmm. So, as per the usual, we also would love to disclaimer you about the nature of our podcast. Obviously, there will be spoilers. There's a new story chapter out in Japan, and we're going to talk about it. So if you're one of those people who's like, don't tell me nothing, we respect your choice. Please go away now, because we're going to talk about that later. Also, if you're one of those kinds of lunatics who wishes to figure out events on your own, we are going to, explain the hell out of the Christmas event that is ongoing right now, as we speak. Literally ongoing. Aniplex, could you please not release events on Fridays? Monday's good.
Welcome to FGO, aka being cogs in the event machine.
Mm-hmm. So, before we jump right into all of the latest hoobles and hobbles, let's check in with everybody's favorite Kohai, MASH, and get some updates.
先輩、起きてください。
That's right, it's time for Wake the Fuck Up Senpai, our regular segment for pro tips. Both of our pro tips are Christmas focused, though one is slightly more general. Number 1, sell silver XP cards you get from events for more prisms. This is in particular Christmas. This can help you get started on that edge towards your favorite Mona Lisa, or just get you the summon tickets you need.
Yeah, you can only get one a pop, but with the jackpot pumping out so many and you getting the gold XP cards as well, it might as well do it. Just you can get that little bit more edge going on.
Mm-hmm. And of course, the credit for this pro tip goes to a member of our community Discord. That's right, you can get shoutouts to the show if you tell us stuff we don't know. So, credit to @JubeForce, or possibly JubeForce.
This guy's actually pretty knowledgeable.
Uh-huh. And one more pro tip that's especially relevant to Christmas. The Christmas CEs do actually increase drops on max limit break, but the amount is small, like from going from +1 to +2, so if you do max limit break, do so carefully. Do not be alarmed if you do not actually get more.
I've already done that with Lightning Reindeer, because I've gotten 6 copies already, so...
I've only got the one from the quest. I'm kind of surprised, because the jackpots also give you oodles of friend points. I'm a little surprised nothing showed up in the friend point gacha. But hey, also, with good old Wake the Fuck Up Senpai out of the way, let's do our records from the throne, our regular achievement topic. Hey, guess who rolled on the paid gacha? This guy! Guess what this guy got? Altera! The Gold Saber curse is broken.
It's I think I would have preferred to get Altera over Drang, but I'm just happy he didn't roll Tamino, because I probably would have started crying tears of blood.
And I can still take pride that out of the two of us, I'm the one with 1 out of 3 Extella heroines. Even if it's not the one you really wanted.
They're all in the game now. That's actually a point I never thought about. All 3 are in the game now.
Yeah, you can get all of them.
Huh.
And technically you could get all of them before I think Extella came out, because it was Altera was supposed to be an
yeah.
FGO to tie into the game, but Extella was a little delayed, so she actually came out earlier.
Yeah.
Which is why Extella Altera and in-game Altera are slightly different people. If you want a lore explanation, the best way to think about it is that the Altera you summon in FGO is the copy inside the Throne of Heroes. The one in Extella is the one inside the Moon Cell, who has access to different information.
Isn't that how they're kind of doing Tamino as well?
They imply that OG Tamamo, not Tamamo Cat, obviously, because she's an alter ego of herself, basically. They imply that she remembers the events of Extella, or Extra Universe in general. Same with regular Nero. Though Nero Bride is explicitly supposed to be just a what-if scenario of Nero from the Throne of Heroes. I don't know. The whole Mooncell timelines thing gets a little confusing. That is a discussion we've had, though. Feel free to go back through our episode list and find whichever one we talked about the Throne of Heroes on. Because that was a thing.
It was.
Alright, so let's jump into our favorite skeleton grams. You know, the kind that involves skeletons.
Skeleton warriors!
So, quite a skeleton myself here. Like,
Yeah, I'm not getting rid of my skeleton buttons, guys.
It's a skeleton. The skeleton war never ends.
There's a skeleton inside of you right now, just waiting to get out. But alright, let's talk about the big news. Actually, hold on. Let's see. This is going to be our longest. Do we want to cover the 2 Japanese newses quickly?
Mm-hmm.
And then we'll do most of our episode on the old what you call it, Christmas there. All right, so let's do that then. Well, this is actually in the future, so let's talk about that first. It's also the shortest. So for Japan, the Fate Grinder VR event featuring Mashu commemoration will be on December 6th, it looks like. If you've completed the prologue, you get 10 quartz and a commemorative craft essence. There's also this is an unusual thing, there's a rate-up banner, but it's only for craft essences, and it includes several craft essences which prominently feature Mash, I think even limited ones.
Oh, really?
Like the first Halloween event one.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, it's got some of those in there. So that's just a little tie-in for the VR thing they've done for FGO. I don't know if that'll...
Beast?
Yeah, that's on there.
Yeah.
I don't know if it'll reach America in any form, but it's a thing they're doing.
What is even this FGO VR? What is it? Is it like just playing the game VR?
No, it's I think it's just like a VR experience. Like that's the things you get sometimes. It's just like an interactive environment thing. Like it's kind of like a 3D My Room. You can walk around and mashes in it and does stuff.
Oh, yeah.
It's separate from the FGO Arcade, which is just the game in 3D. That I hope they give us ports of. Put it on a console, ship it to America. People will buy it. Actually, you don't even have to ship it to America. I'm just saying that because that's a lot cheaper for me to buy than to import.
Yeah.
Have I mentioned I'm really glad that we stopped region locking things?
Oh, yeah.
Remember when that was the thing?
Oh, God, that was a terrible
2000s kids? I should... Actually, no, I think it was easier pre-digital. You just buy a Japanese VHS. But anyway, that's a whole different story. Also, hey, big news. It's in probably the title of this episode. Epic of Remnant 4, Salem, has been released.
Yeah.
It's written as 6 in my notes for some reason. Got my Roman numerals goofed up. But no, it's number 4. The long-awaited Salem. It's going to be the conclusion of Epic of Remnant, hopefully, unless there's like a big boss rush at the end. Interestingly enough, it's a time-locked story, very similar to what we're experiencing with Christmas right now. It started on the 29th, and further chapters are available on later days. So that's very interesting. They did some quality of life type updates in this. There's a new tab to let you know when you're servant enhancing what embers you actually have before you pick a servant. It's basically like a little overlay now, and it categorizes them by rank. So that sounds neat. I hope they stick that in North America quicker than that.
Please.
And then there's also extra bond points for casters only, and a new caster-focused CE. That's kind of interesting. Also, Japan gets a shitload of quartz. There was 10 we mentioned for the VR event. There's 10 because it's Natsu's birthday. Or was Natsu's birthday a while ago. I think that was a couple days ago. And also then there was 10 as commemoration for the event from the stream. So they got
That's
32.
We're not doing much over here. We're not doing a lot of overlap with our event. It's like one ends and then another begins.
Yeah.
Immediately.
Mm-hmm. Well, yeah, that is one thing we can say we have better than Japan, because Japan has had quite a few things where they fully overlapped. I think we only had one day where, the Gouda Gouda banner and the Skahawk banner, touched. As opposed to, I think it was a whole week when her, trial quest was available for Japan in the same last week as Gouda Gouda. They get some rough with the event overlap over there in the past. Anyway, there's also, the usual new stuff. So, there's the Salem Pickup number 1. That'll be running from the 29th to the 13th. So you can get a rate-up on SR Lancer Nezha, who was already seen in the game earlier. She was shown in the Journey to the West event. That's the word I'm looking for.
Chicken thighs!
Nezha, by the way, is a Fate Special. She's a gender flip, kind of. The character of Nezha has been described as gender ambiguous or even feminine in different versions of the retelling, and has been portrayed by female actresses before. Also, SR Caster of Okeanos. It's Cersei. It's Cersei, guys. Or the proper Greek pronunciation would actually be Kerke. Greek, like Latin, only has hard C's. But I'm not going to enforce anybody to actually say it that way.
Yeah, I know. It's every time I see it, I just think Cersei, not...
No. Well, because that's the anglicized pronunciation. But in the Japanese audio, at least, I'm pretty sure they remember to actually put a hard K sound in there.
Kersey? I think I can split the
Kirk
difference and just go Kersey. That sounds good. I like it.
You want to mix it too? Alright, sure. Let's see. On the reveal stream, they said that the 2017 for Japan Christmas event will be locked if you haven't beat the Part 1 story. That's a big deal. Usually seasonal events are not locked like that. I guess that means they're going to do some spoilers or some tie-ins or some shit.
Yeah.
Actually make it, plot relevant. And story chapters revealed quite a new unique sprites. At least one friendly servant via support is quote-unquote caster of Midrash, another SR. She says she's Tituba, which was actually one of the people accused of witchcraft in Salem. But it's clearly Queen of Sheba, guys.
Yeah. Now, I want to mention something about these two casters. When you see their sprites and their animations and their attack, there is a lot of work put into them. Tituba is she's all about attacking with her lamp, so just smoke and forms and everything. So that's a lot of extra work.
Mm-hmm.
And Kersey, I have never seen I don't think I've seen a servant with so many varied attacks so far.
She's also got about as many beams as a Nanoha anime.
Yeah.
Also, fun fact, in case you guys couldn't tell, especially if you see their comparative designs, Kirkik taught Medea about magic and shit. So you will notice some similarities in their designs.
Yeah, I think in one telling, she's actually the daughter of Hecate.
Yeah.
Yeah, who was the one who taught Medea her magic.
Mm-hmm. Well, Hecate is also the goddess of magic.
Yeah.
I think, based on what people
there's another
rolled to have said, I think that's the interpretation Granddaughter is going with.
Yeah, because what was the other one that she was the daughter of Helios and who?
Some sea nymph. The important thing about being the daughter of Helios would mean that would make her Medea's aunt, as well as Asterios' aunt. But
Get the fam together.
Listen, the Greeks are weird.
It's the easiest way to think about this in Greek mythology, everyone is related to everybody else in some degree or fashion. Just roll with that; it makes it so much easier to just.
It's like 6 degrees of Kevin Bacon, but it's 6 degrees of whoever the hell that guy is. You just point at a guy and you're like, I bet you're related to somebody.
I'm pretty sure Zeus or Poseidon has boned someone in your family.
Mm-hmm. Which makes you related to a lot of people. First of all of the 12 Olympians, but also... Greek mythology. We can have a whole classical mythology episode sometime.
It's one of the few things I actually kind of understand.
But alright, we've delayed the good people long enough. We've teased them with the fact that, Christmas pregame is going to be in caps in the title of this episode. So, let's jump into it. So, North America, almost weekly Santa Altar. Yeah, almost weekly Santa Altar announced, running from 12/1 to 12/11. It had the usual 10k likes or 2k shares for 3 Saint Courts, which we hit. It was there along with Apology for Maintenance.
Mm-hmm.
RIP College Friends, because finals week. Not great planning on the part of Aniplex.
I say not great planning on this behalf of colleges. They should know better.
True facts. I'm trying to think. I think there were lots of times when there was other stuff going on inside my college finals weeks. But oh well. Alright, so. Here's the skinny. Well, story-wise, we can talk about this a little because the first event is available. As of the time recording it, I don't think the second one has... I'm turning around to look at my clock.
No, the second one's... I think we got like a few more hours before the second one drops.
Yeah, it either just unlocked or it will unlock later.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, that one's not done, but the first one we played through. So obviously we played through the story a little.
Honestly,
Saber Altar from the story, in case you forgot that you fought her way back in the beginning of the prologue, has returned and is now Santa and has kidnapped you to be a reindeer for some reason and bring Christmas cheer to servants. Meanwhile,
and
Detective Mash is on the case.
Honestly, it is pretty glorious. Now, because I actually have Saber Altar in my team, I actually have a slightly different take on it. It's not the last time I experienced this. I just literally saw her a few hours ago, and now all of a sudden she's in a mini skirt and carrying a bag. So I am I think I'm more confused.
Mm-hmm. Well, just wait until we get to a couple summers from now.
Oh my goodness!
I am an elegant Gothlali maid, sir.
Be great. But no, it's as always, the humor is on point with these with this event, and you're gonna be. I was rolling a bit.
Yeah,
your choices are great.
Mm-hmm. Though there was at one point where it was yes, Santa Altar, and yes, ma'am. I'm I don't like either of these answers. Hold on, I need to pull out my magic servantophone. John, help me.
Oh no, I remember when you first say something, it's it's your answer is pleasing. It makes me want to kick you in the arse. I'm all is this what kind of play are we going with here?
And I told you, hey, welcome to Saber Altar.
Mm-hmm. But on the other hand of that, it's despite how rough and gruff Saber Altar is, actually in this event, when you're talking to her, she actually says some positive, encouraging things to you. And it's the carrot and the stick approach. And I'm actually kind of ashamed of how effective it is. Because I'm yes, praise me. I'm a good boy. I'm a good reindeer.
Well, there's your mental image for the episode.
Ah!
Alright. So, but obviously we've only played the one, so there's only so much commentary we can give. We'll have a full, retrospective episode, next week when the event is mostly over.
Can we talk about how, on the first map, it was Darius the Berserker, age 3, freaking Phantom, and, who was the third one? I can't remember off the top of my head. It was
Who
Phantom.
was the third one?
Darius.
Some scrub.
But, it was Jin K.
Was it Jin K?
Yeah, it was Jin K.
I don't think so. I think you're wrong. I'm gonna look it up now. I don't think it was Jin K.
I think it was Jin K.
One of the farming quests.
Watch, it's gonna be GK. But as he's looking that up, it was Santa Altar actually gave them presents. She gave them CEs, because Darius and Jinke got Dragon Fang, and Phantom got Angel Voice, and they're all yay, yay, yay! I'm all this is actually happening. We're not shitting around. We're actually gonna go around, attack people's houses with a sleigh, and give them presents. I don't know what I was expecting, but it wasn't this.
It was Lu Bu.
Oh, it was Lu Bu!
Get wrecked. The audience has known that for 5 minutes.
I messed up my Chinese names, god damn it.
Yes, it was the Berserker. And they got him and 3-year-old little Darius got Dragon Meridian, which is actually an OKCE, and then Phantom got Angel Voice, which is hilarious.
I can't believe I said. I was thinking Chinese name, and for some reason, Jin K was the first one. I'm smart.
Oh, the second night's gonna be great. Would you like to know who our 2 recipients are? A little spoiler.
Yeah, let me hear.
It's Dion and Mary Chan, accompanied with a white Chimera.
Oh my goodness.
So hey everybody, remember to buff those Robin Hoods and those Jinkeis.
Yeah. Now.
So speaking of that, let's get into the actual meat of the event, because that's important.
So, this event is using bonus services just like Good Hanoji, but instead of a cumulative event points, we have magic socks. You'll be able to spend these socks to get presents from Santa Altar. It's usually 2 socks per spin, or 20 socks for 10 spins, and you just get a random assorted of items. If you get
much like the the Hanoji point list, you can see what the available pool is.
Yeah. And if you hit a jackpot, you get a special voucher for your own Santa Altar, which isn't actually in play yet. We have to actually wait for that.
Yeah, I think that's at the... Much like Guda Guda, I think we have to finish the story, then we can start unlocking Santa Altars.
Yep. But, what you can do is, once you hit that jackpot, you can actually reset your whole thing and start over. And this is a kind of an interesting point, because if you're trying just to collect the tickets as fast as you can opt out on getting other prizes, or if you're gonna be hardcore farming it, you can keep going down the ladder so you can get all the items in it before resetting. Mm-hmm. So there are actually a lot of prizes in here. Like, it's a total of 500 spins, so there's like 500 items, and they include apples, materials, mana prisms, class gems, experience card, friends points, and quartz points. And it's like,
for those last 2, by the way, there's a lot of them.
Yeah, you're going to be getting a lot of the last 2, but as I said, you're also going to be getting a lot of experience cards. I think I have like over 30 now.
I don't know how many I've gotten. I've been immediately spending them to boost my servants.
I'm not. I'm actually saving them for Santa Altar when I get her.
Yeah, at some point I'll probably do that because I'm going to dead end. Because I don't have any gears. But at least there's at least another block of 10 levels I can chew through with a couple of these guys to put them at like 50-ish.
But, so, as I said, the bonus servants will give you more socks, and I'm just going to read you straight down the list here. Santa Altar is going to give +4. The Ripper, who is, new to the gacha, she's in the banner, is +3. Nursery Rhyme, also new. Marie Antoinette, St. Martha, all +2. And then you have David, Robin Hood, Jin K, Gaius Julius Caesar, Darius III, and Phantom of the Opera at +1.
By the way, if you're wondering how that's broken down, Altar is the welfare swap if she's the most. Jack's the SSR on the banner. Nursery Rhyme, Marie, and St. Martha are all SRs, and then everybody else is just R, except for Phantom, who is uncommon, I think. He's 2 stars.
I think he's 2 stars, yeah. Now this is a little tricky because the top of the list, I mean, like, the first, like, in the top 5 of the 3 of them are writers. And one of them, as we have discovered, is not a very good writer. It's like, I'm sorry, Martha, but I love you. And
Martha's got great support skills. I love her team debuff clear and heal. Her NP hits for shit. Like, yeah, she's got a Buster AoE that has terrible damage multipliers. We discussed this a little before we started the mic. I think the point with Tarask is to start an NP chain or some other kind of chain with it. So you hit them, then you whittle their defense for a decent amount for a few turns, but it's just so low impact, and you need those high hits.
You really do. Like, right now in the 40 AP, your final level is you're fighting Boudica, Atalante, and Marianne Ann. And remember, Atalante's an archer, so she will hit you with her Phoebe Catastrophe in 3 turns, so you need to get her out quick.
Yeah, And she might actually remember to use Beyond Arcadia, which stimulates her NP. It's rough.
Yeah.
Also,
as I said, like,
it's
honestly,
not going to kill
like,
you, but the other two NPs aren't. Well, Chariot of Boudica sucks because that's double defense buff for one turn.
Mm-hmm.
And guess what? Caribbean Freebirds is a single target NP, so you will just die.
You will just die.
She'll pick a target unless you got lucky on your evade pick. That target will die.
That's it. For me, for my strategy, like in this one, honestly, like I've been like hounding my friends list looking for a Jack, and then I've been keeping my Tomino Cat in the front because, like I said, I have a Martha and a Marie, so I just stick them in there, grab a friend's Jack, and then I've usually put Robin Hood in my very back. That's a +9, which is, I'm happy with. And I still get to go wreck everything's face with Tomino Cat, which is very important to not dying.
Yeah, that's a solid plan. My plan at this point usually involves Caesar in the upfront, maybe, because he's got a high HP. Mary, because I've got her high levels, and she takes care of the caster ads in the first couple rows. And then I bring my one friend who has Max Ascension Skahawk with a event CE, and I'm just like, yes, I will kill these now. The damage comparison is just unbelievable. Like, my god. So yeah, that's the bonus servant. So we talk about bonus servant strategy. It's a little annoying. You'll notice the class spread, the class comp is terrible. There's way too many riders, and there are assassin mobs.
Mm-hmm.
The one assassin. There's 2 assassins on the list. Jinkei's alright. Her skills make her kind of self-sufficient, but her NP hurts herself, and just... Assassins are not good damage dealers. Actually, that's right. Phantom's an assassin, too. I forget about him because he's so low-ranked. He's got an arts NP, so that's better, but it's still not great. Your best are Caesar, because he's just a solid 3-star saber. He's got a single target quick NP, he hits hard, he has double NP steroid skills if you've got him leveled, because he's got tactics and charisma. I've heard Darius is pretty good, because he's got like a AoE buster NP, and he's also a berserker who has like disengage and battle continuation, so he can tank a little bit. Robin Hood, of course, is great. He's a single target archer with an arts card. Remember to poison your targets first. Yubo does like crazy amounts of damage. It's pretty solid.
It does, disclaimer, it does crazy amount of damage as long as the target is poisoned.
Yes, remember to hit sabotage first. I don't think there's a lot of other characters who can poison in the game yet. Oh yeah. And Mary, honestly, is great. One, she's freaking invincible. Like, her skills are all about not dying. And 2, Guillotine Breaker is a multi-hit NP, which does quite a bit of damage, but more importantly, it clears your debuffs and it heals you on overcharge.
Super important. Like, I didn't pull Jack for this, but I pulled 2 Marie Antoinette, so now she's at MP4, so I don't know. I'm gonna see if I can, like... Yeah, I know. I might see if I can steal some of my old games so I can get a little bit of money so I can try another pool. Because I need, like, I really want Jack. Like, it kind of burns. I need a daughter. I need my daughter.
Well, also you gotta buff up now, because a year from now, you're gonna get one for free no matter what you do. So people are gonna want to unite Jean Lily, Jack, and Nursery Rhymes, the Triangle of Friendship.
Yep.
Also, guess what? Those 3 do actually have good team comp.
Really?
They mesh very well, yes.
Oh, that's awesome.
Yeah, it's funny.
Oh, yeah, because it'd be Rider Assassin.
Lancer. And it's their skills complement well. So we've kind of danced around a little. Excuse me. But the banner for this event, in case you didn't know, Jack the Ripper is our 5-star. She is not technically limited, only presumably a few weeks from now, London will drop and she'll be added to the regular gacha pool, along with all those new servants. Same with Nursery Rhyme, the 4-star caster. Obviously, you want to try on the rate up, because that increases your chances. That's better that way. As you've heard from Lucky, apparently rate up is not a lie right now. Mary is also in the rate up. Robin Hood and Jin Karen as well, which is atrocious, and I'm also kind of glad I didn't roll in this because I already have NP5 Robin Hood. I got him the last time he was on Raid Up. I'm okay with that,
like,
guys.
4 Robin Hoods and like 3 Jinkeis. And every time I see the assassin, I keep hoping it does that thing where it turns gold. But no, my hopes are dashed, and I am sad.
Well, you know, as the guy who's already got a gold assassin...
I want my daughter.
I know. I gotta, Mr. 1% over there. There are some people who still don't have gold assassins. In fact, you have both of the SR gold assassins.
Yeah, I'm just missing the SSR, and I'm only missing Mary and Anne, and I would have all the riders. Actually, I have all the Lancers now because
it's not that hard.
Yeah,
you're gonna have to give up on the assassin thing. There's way too many limited assassins.
No.
Yes.
Nope.
Also, if you roll Cleo, I'm gonna be mad at you.
What?
I said if you roll Cleo, I'm gonna be mad at you.
Yeah. Suck it.
Whatever. I liked Caesar before this event. Maybe Caesar will convince Cleo to come home. Anyway, servants coming home. It's a hell of a drug.
Also included 3 holiday themed CEs. To increase event drops. They're pretty standard. Lightning Reindeer is, I find, hilarious because it's literally Asterios with like sleigh bells and horns charging. It's great.
His name means lightning.
Mm-hmm. He's blitzing.
Mm-hmm. Also, Lightning Reindeer is your token 1 CE that you get from like clearing the first event quest.
Oh yeah. Second one called the one that I'm like raging over.
Yeah, I don't remember what it's called.
I don't know, but it has a shitty
return.
priest dressed as Santa, holding a cute wren, giving her a present. Acting the father figure. Goddamn it, shitty priest. How dare.
Yes, how very dare.
Let's see. And 5th one is Holy Knight. It's Saber. Honestly, it's like the art style is kind of throwing me off on this one. I'm not gonna lie. It looks kind of weird. Like, have you seen it?
Oh well, here's our problem. Which one is it? Is it Holy Knight
not
sign?
Holy Knight. Not Holy Knight sign. It's the.
Let me actually double check that.
Present for my master. I'm like completely off with that.
Alright, here we go. Yeah, Holy Knight sign is Jean, and that's the 5-star one.
I haven't got that yet. Speaking of Holy Knight sign, some people might be a little confused what the event effect actually does. So basically, anytime you take out a servant in the event, you just get a magic sock drop. It just automatically happens. If you have Holy Knight sign equipped, it increases the chance that you will get a second drop from that same servant. Much like how in Guda Guda Hanonji, the big Nobus would drop 2 chests, you can have a chance to drop 2 socks, and then all the bonuses apply, and you make mad spins. So there is some use to stacking those cards. It just depends on what you want. Luckily, in this event, it seems that the drop rate is much more balanced, and same with the prices in the event shop. I know a problem that a lot of people are having in Hononji was that everything was so damn expensive no matter what kind of items you were going for. But yeah, as always, Santa Altar's Ascension item is in the shop. It is a chicken bucket, which is important because if anyone knows Saber Altar, she is a glutton for fast food and greasy things.
Mm-hmm. Also, specifically it's a chicken bucket because KFC is apparently a big Christmas meal in Japan. They treat fast food kind of differently over there. So it's... Well, think of it. What do you get at KFC? You get big buckets of chicken and like the mashed potatoes and everything. So it's kind of like a all-together meal you can buy and eat as a family really quick. Because they don't necessarily eat fast food like we do.
No, they don't. Let's see. Anything else about the events? Oh, I know what I want to talk about. So, for those of you playing, you've probably gotten up to the 40 AP grinding quest, the free quest. I just want to let you guys know there is a 50 AP quest, and its level is ridiculous. So when it comes up, be prepared. You will be fighting. You'll be fighting a lot of servants, and the final 3 is nothing to sneeze at. If I remember correctly, you're fighting, what was it? Gil, Waver, and Skahak. You'll be fighting all 3 of them, and all of them will have like over 90k HP. So prepare for that.
Yep.
I think that's it for the events.
Yeah. And we're about halfway through our episode. Let's see. Yeah, by the way, I looked up Prison for my master. Yeah, you're right. It's kind of a different art style. It's a little more softer in tone than some of the others.
Yeah.
But that's the 5-star that I guess you can only get out of the pool.
So
the effect's okay.
Let's move over to Chaldea Free Talk Radio.
Yes, our favorite lovely thing, Chaldea Free Talk. So we got a couple of topics. First, let's talk about fucking catalysts. How do they work? So this has been a weird situation we've been having, especially on the Discord, because I'll throw out like catalyst images, like you've probably seen the Altera Wriggle image. You know, if you're scrolling and you see this, you've been visited by dancing Altera of good gacha. Good civilization and gacha rules will come to you, but only if you reply Wriggle in this thread. And of course, everybody remembers to Wriggle. There's the Skaturkey version too.
Yeah, that was.
I inserted a very tiny Skaturkey into our last thumbnail. I wonder if anybody caught it.
Everyone was blessed.
Mm-hmm. Well, also, yeah, there's those images where you can bless your phone. It's like a full screen image on your phone, and you press it and you hold your phone up to it.
And they had a Skahak.
Yeah, there's a Skahak one.
I've seen a Skahak one. I've seen a Jack one.
Mm-hmm. There's a Tombo one I tried to get you to use, but you didn't, which is why you didn't roll her.
I am very forgetful about these things, and I usually roll.
Yeah, I know. You roll in the middle of the night.
Mm-hmm.
I think I linked one for. I linked the Jack, like, you know, if you see this type image. So yeah, but there's like it's hard for you because you roll in the middle of the night when the event starts.
Yeah.
But catalysts are weird. People had a lot of good luck using our Skahak ones.
Yeah. Like, I take a different approach to catalysts. I actually try to, I try to find, actual physical objects and find, what's the word I want to use? Sympathy? Synergy?
I mean, you're talking about sympathetic magic, so...
Yeah, sympathetic magic, there we go. So I try to find things that are associated. So I have figurines. Like, I look over, I have a Tamino figurine, I have Saber Alter figurine, I have a Skahak figurine, I have a John Alter figurine.
We'll see if that works.
Yeah, so, I also have a John Alter figurine for, eventually.
Mm-hmm.
Like, when I was rolling for, Tamino, I got, all my, swag, which is, my, from my Extella loot. I got a bottle of sake, I got mochi, I made a shrine, I prayed, it didn't work, but, I put in the effort.
You tried. I mean, I built a little summoning circle for the, whatever they call that, I guess that was part of Kentucky when they did, the raid up, or was it, the Roma raid up? I don't know. But there's the thing where I laid out, because I've got the Extella, Noble Phantasm edition cards too, so I laid out Altera, Nero, Artorian was come home. That didn't work for me either.
Yeah, and when I was at Jack, it's I was hoping it was gonna get foggy, so it can be all because they actually said it's 3 things for Jack to appear. It has to be dark, has to be foggy, has to be a woman. I couldn't fulfill that last one, but I was hoping 2 out of 3 would work. I'm in the, when I work, I use a backpack blower, so what I would literally do is I would just rev the lower, and I would just start yelling whatever chants I had, which was, ravioli, ravioli, give me the mercy. I yelled that a lot. I have no shame.
Well, I mean, we talked last episode about how you want your, sweet Animu decals on your car.
Hell yeah!
But yeah, the catalyst question is always interesting. People swear by it. Sometimes you are the catalyst. You never know.
I remember one time, apparently YOLO is a catalyst too, because that's how I got Skahawk.
Yeah, that doesn't always work.
Doesn't always work.
I will never do YOLO rules again. I learned my lesson. I tried the lucky approach. I took a single summon ticket. I shouted YOLO out loud, and then don't spook me. And then I dropped it on the Jack banner. I got keys. Literally got black keys. So I'm like, well, the gods say don't do that again. So I'm like, no, I'm not going to do that again. I learned my lesson. Yes, by the way, exclamation point spook is now a command in our custom Discord, which causes the bot to shout rejoice.
It's great.
I also have a crying wallet-kun emoji to go with command seals, sync quartz, and several servant cards, basically.
And I have found my talent pin, so I have actually started doing a process for making avatars. So we'll see where that goes.
Yeah.
We'll see something. But as a catalyst, there's no no 100% method, but everyone has their thing. It's like sports superstition, you know?
Or relevant to us, it's like dice superstition with tabletop games.
Oh yeah.
Anybody listening train their dice? You know what I'm talking about. If only there was a way to train the gacha.
Yeah. Digital.
Sadly, there is not.
But let's move on to our next topic. This was actually brought up in our Discord channel of why do we not play the Japanese version as well?
Yeah, I think we each have our own answers for this, and we can kind of broadly talk about it. Actually, since I knew about FGO first, I think probably.
Yeah, you did.
I started tracking it for a while. I actually considered it, oddly enough, earlier this year, just before they announced it in North America. At that point, I was like, well, fuck it, I'll wait. Because I don't speak moon runes. You don't speak moon runes very much.
And as I said, I have like a basic understanding of Japanese. I mean, I've been watching anime since I was like 10. I took 2 years of Japanese in high school. So, like, even if I can't fluently speak, I can generally follow conversations and translate.
Uh-huh.
But it's still that moment of I have to process it from Japanese to English, and I can't do that quickly. I just can't. And and I read really fast. Like I read for what's the word? For comprehension, not retention. So I don't remember what I read. I just read it. It goes through my head. I have a reaction and I move on. So I can't like slow down. So if I can't read it, I can't get that. And it just kind of like throws me off. But so because that's what people were saying. It was like they're asking, it's like, yeah, they have like people are usually on top on translating things. I'm like, yeah, but they're not translated on my screen. I would have to go through it. I wouldn't understand. Like,
you either have to basically skip everything or just tap through and be like, okay, well, I guess something's happening now.
Yeah,
and then read translations later.
Yeah,
which both are and aren't prompt. I don't know if it's like a retranslation or something, but interestingly enough, I've been seeing like nodes from the first ER, the Shinjuku chapter, show up like translation links in the subreddit, like now, and I'm wondering, like, geez, did it really take somebody this long to translate the scripts for that?
Yeah, and so I'm like, I don't want to wait. Like, I'm rather just wait and read it all at once. Because, like some people play FGO for the waifu, some play it for, it's a time killer. I play it because I love the story, because, like, my first introduction to FGO was actually when the FGO anime, the movie, came on Crunchyroll. That was my first exposure to it. Like, I didn't even know it was a mobile game until it was done. I was all like, oh, for sake. And then, like, literally, like, 3 weeks later, Omega was like, hey, yeah, guess what? The movie's coming to America. And I was all like, I'm down!
It's gonna happen. And everybody get out your phones. You gotta play from day one. I was as day one as it was. I had the app downloaded and everything before the servers were even turned on.
Yeah, same here. But so it's like one of those things of like, yeah, I enjoy having my waifus, I enjoy like playing the game, but like the story, the jokes, the feels, all of that, I want that to be live in real time.
Yeah, the gameplay's great. but at the same time, it's also not great. Like, it's good, it's
very
solid,
basic.
it's enough to spend your time on, but it's not enough to keep someone in the game itself most of the time, I don't think. Like, I mean, hey, if I wanna go play, like, serious business RPGs, I have those too. Like, I own those in externals, and I still have time to play them in my life. I know some people don't, like, they're just doing, like, commutes or whatever, but, like I said, I'm a lot more comfortable. I'm a huge reader. I'm way more comfortable reading in my own language and being able to read and to comprehend, even to take in that information, understand it. We talked about the Christmas dialogue earlier. I probably wouldn't be able to get as much of a chuckle out of that if I had to read it translated later.
Mm-hmm.
Like, it'd still be funny, but you don't get as much of a real experience out of it, not following it. Nor am I so heavily dedicated, type A enough to get that into, mastering the higher level Japanese play. I think it would be harder to understand, and it's not as intuitive to follow. I understand there's, like, grammatical errors and some stuff in the English version, but whatever, your brain fixes most of those anyway.
Yeah. I have a couple more reasons. Now, the second one is that, like, since the game's been out for, like, 2 years, they're doing events that they're no longer going to do. So, like, there's servants that, like, literally will never get. It's, like, just not going to happen. And, like...
So, for instance, it just happened here in America. Actually, no, it's even double referenced. So, Christmas 2017 for us in North America, which we're doing right now, has only been rerun once in the following year. It was not rerun this year, so if we, say, join in it now with Japan, we'd be screwed. We'd never get Santa Altar.
Yeah, so it's like, I don't want to jump over to something and, like, start playing things for something that I can't fully gather. That's why I'm like, I was so psyched to be day one, because that means I will not miss a thing.
Mm-hmm. You'll have all your opportunities. Some people talk about how, like, there's, all the shock or whatever, all the anticipation's taken out of it because you don't know what's, in Japan doesn't know what's coming, but in North America we, know all the years. I don't think so. We've still been completely blindsided by events over the course of this North America release, Christmas among them. Nobody thought they were going to bust this out December 1st. That was like, Jesus, guys, you're killing me. One, you're killing me, but two, Jesus. Wow, okay.
And I don't
that's
mind
a major
so much
schedule
about, like,
shake-up.
knowing when the event is, because I'm more concerned about what's in the events.
Mm-hmm.
Like, the dialogue, the story, the jokes, rolling the gotcha, seeing what I get.
Yeah, and guess what? I know the whole story, because I keep up on what's going on in Japan, and obviously, because like I said, I read everything. I've read the basic outline of the whole game before I knew it was coming out in English. Much like I did with the original visual novel, because I was like, well, this might be a thing I never get to do, so I'm gonna read and understand all of it now. But, like, I don't know what blow for blow all the dialogue is, so I still find it funny or interesting to see this stuff, as it comes out in English.
And besides, I've been confirmed for evaporation of sanity, so I'm going to forget all of it anyway and be just as surprised when I see it again.
Mm-hmm. I'm one of those people, I don't care if I know it beforehand. Like, I get okay, there's some experiences where you kind of want to not know, but at the same time, like, most things, even if you know what goes on, like, that just gives you a different understanding of it when you actually experience it.
Yeah, I know about Tiamat. I know she's a thing. I don't know why she's a thing, so that makes me just as excited.
And so me, I'm just like, okay, I want to see him do it then. I know and remember what's going on there. I want to see it. I want to see it happen, so I can actually, experience it and understand it better.
Hearing about something is one thing. Seeing it happen is another.
Which is kind of the thing talking about translation. Like, some people that's fine for, and obviously there are a lot of bilingual people who play the game too, both in the States and in Japan. Nothing on them. And actually, we should say this, deepest props to anybody who can't read a lick of Japanese and still plays the Japanese version of the game, right? Like, that is some dedication to take something and be like, okay, I literally cannot read what is going on now. I have to reference something else or just instinct my way through it. Like, I understand we're good about translating and conceptualizing and guiding everything, but at the same time, it's like, wow. And for me, one of the major reasons why I couldn't do that is I mentioned earlier I'm like not like one of those like type A go get 'em, I'm gonna do everything, gonna burn through it kind of personalities. I have an anxious temperament. I don't think I could handle the schedule pressure of 2 games at the same time. So I could not start playing JP now because I am in on North America. I already, come close to having panic attacks when they're like, suddenly, paid gacha. Like, that's bad enough for me. God forbid trying to split my attention and my wallet to another game. That also, I can't even read the friggin' announcements. I gotta wait for somebody to translate them for me.
So, all you guys who can, I am totally hoping you have to pay respects.
Yeah, no. Like, we admire you. We can't do that.
Yeah, but Omega did bring up the third reason why I don't play Japan. My wallet can't handle 2 games. Like, I have decided that, it is very rare for me to decide to spend money on technically a free-to-pay game, because usually I don't think that the return is worth it. Especially in a doubly so for gacha games, but I love the Fate series so much that I was like, alright, I'm gonna do it. But I couldn't do that. I couldn't do that for 2 games, let alone one that I could only barely understand.
Yeah.
It's like I'll honestly only be playing like half the game at that point, because I'd only be doing regular rolls, and I wouldn't be doing I couldn't do the paid gacha, so if I play the Japanese version, I probably have less servants than I do in the North American version.
Well, also, that would literally be true after a point, because, at this stage, we've missed some welfares.
Yeah. So, I'm not trying to shit on anyone who does play both. Honestly, I'm very envious and impressed with those who can, but just playing the Japanese version at this point in time is just not worth it to us.
Yeah, it's not our speed, it's not our style of things, and yeah, it's just, we don't mind the concept, but at the same time, I couldn't take it seriously, and if you're not going to take it seriously, what's the point? Like, okay, yeah, sure, you can casual and, completely free-to-play drift through the game, if you just don't care, but at the same time, for us, why would we bother if we're just going to half-ass it? And we would basically be half-assed because we can't read, and we wouldn't be able to spend money on it. And also maintain our North America, which, like I said, there are servants, if you started playing JP today, there are servants that are going to be in NA that you could not get. And obviously you could say, well, you can just get them in North America, but it's not the same thing. Because I can also still eventually get the Japanese servants. And God forbid, if these assholes at Aniplex, you're not really assholes, guys, I'm sorry, but you're killing me here. If they keep this fast-paced event shenanigans up, we'll be at some of those servants sooner than you think, guys. There are already thoughts and rumors that they are going to pull out. I don't think they're going to do it, but there are already thoughts and rumors that they're going to pull out Saber Wars right away after Christmas ends.
Really don't think so. That seems like such a curveball.
Also, it doesn't fit their established pattern. They pulled Mordred and Jack from the paid gacha. That was a thing in New Year's in Japan. It did not happen in the Thanksgiving time, and that added those 2 servants. We talked about this last time. So, they already pulled 2 servants who wouldn't appear yet from the paid. Why would they release an event where a servant that isn't out yet is a bonus servant, and where multiple servants who aren't out yet and will be featured in story content will be bosses? You can apparently fight Charles Babbage, who's in London, and then Karna is a boss. Karna will not be around until the New Year's tie-in gacha. He'll be a special, temporarily limited SSR, with the trial quest for him and his half-brother Arjuna. So that would be a major paradigm shift to do that. I instead think that immediately after whatever they're doing for New Year's finishes, they're going to run Saber Wars right away. Yeah, so if you want Mysterious Heroine X, guys, hold on to that quartz.
Yeah, as I said, I've already blown through my established money for the month, so I might actually see about getting rid of selling some junk so I can get a little bit extra cash because I really want.
Yeah, you gotta go all out. I'm gonna be disappointed because obviously one it'll come out later, and I'm gonna be slain. I'm just gonna be dead if they do it right after Christmas.
I think I got some old games I can haul off.
But I think I'm gonna get 2 to 3, probably 3 total, because there'll be quartz in the actual story chapter. I'm probably gonna get 3 rolls on the banner up. So that'll be Pray for Fran, If Mordred comes, that'll be great, but, that's at 310 rolls, even at an auto rate up with an SSR is not a reasonable expectation. That's I would be surprised and blessed.
Yeah. Well, I'm actually, you never know, because one of the guys in our got MP3 jacked and had to spend 269 quartz.
That's still a decent amount of pulls. That's more than either you or me have dumped at a single roll.
Yeah.
And obviously, if I have money, I'll throw money at it, but I've already only just paid off the paid gacha. So, that's... And you never know. They might do another one at New Year's where Mordred is in, so that would be a very much, hold on to your cash.
I feel like they are. I think they are.
I mean, it's a great excuse to get more money.
Yeah,
they got their money out of me. It had been a while since I bought quartz, so I got paid quartz, and I did it, and I'm happy. I got Altera. I got a gold saber. I got a pretty decent gold saber. Her skill set's pretty good. She's great for clearing mobs. And when they rerun Nearfest next year, and those fucking Lancer dragons show up, I'm gonna get them.
Get wrecked, son. I'm
not gonna need to borrow somebody's Altera. I'm gonna get them.
People will be borrowing your Altera.
Mm-hmm. Also, anyway. While downloading Altera sound clips for the future, I looked at her dialogue. Her birthday dialogue is adorable, so I'm gonna be happy later.
Oh yeah, that's right. Your birthday's coming up.
Yep, my birthday's this month.
Yeah.
It's the 29th, listeners. If you want to give me a gift. As I apparently shift into my sleazy whisper voice.
Your hustle voice?
I said my sleazy whisper voice. I apparently got very northeastern there.
Very.
Hey, yo, what do you guys know?
Hey!
That's not accurate at all. If anything, I am theoretically from the Midwest. I'm actually from the Northwest, so I should probably... talk about the cheese more, Actually,
anyway.
I eat cheese. Whatever.
What is... And I think that's it. What's our time at, man?
We're at time, basically.
All right, then. Let's wrap this
we're
up.
just under an hour. We'll shave some of that off with Truncate Silence, because there's some big gaps in there where we pause to let people talk. But we can roll to the outro. We will save our usual... we've got a couple putting on the exposition glasses things on. At some point, we will be out of topics, and I will actually explain what is a noble phantasm, probably. And also, this is another one from the Discord's recommended. What the hell do attributes even mean? What are attributes? Because I'm sure you've heard of them before. We've talked about, Earth, Sky, Star, etc. We'll sit down and explain that. It's actually covered a little bit in one of Emiya's interludes. Mm-hmm. Yeah. And supposedly Da Vinci's going to talk about it sometime in the London chapter, so who knows, maybe it'll be unnecessary. But at the very least, we can try and hopefully clear that up for some people. So, we have come to the end of our show, which means it is time for us to give you all our usual favorite reminders. We don't actually have much master feedback today. If you guys just have any thoughts or feelings about what's going on with the Christmas event, go ahead and drop those on us. We did not hit our 300 views for our last episode. Don't worry, we're still going to do bonus episodes sometime. It's just, the 300 was a very clear milestone to be okay, well then we'll definitely do it this week for sure. We will probably still produce those at some point in the future, because it's a good idea and it gives us more content to release on the channel, which is great. Yeah. More content means more views, which means more ad rev, which means maybe we can eventually start buying more quartz. But anyway.
I want to get to a point of financial stability where I can drop $100 on quartz and not feel bad about it.
God, that would be great, yeah. Not full-blown whale, I'm just going to spend money until I get what I want, but a solid, I can buy the biggest quartz package.
$100 quartz, that's that's at least almost 200, I think?
Yeah, it's a decent number.
Yeah.
But, I can buy the biggest package of quartz, no problem.
Yeah, that's what I want to feel, because that's $89.99. Yeah, just once a month, be able to buy that. I'd be bam.
Yeah, there's my one month of quartz. Keeping this game afloat. Yeah.
That's my quartz allowance.
I would also appreciate that. But anyway, to get us to that point, be sure and like this video if you liked it. Dislike it if you don't. It's been a while since we got a few dislikes, so hey, that's always fun. We get at least a good 5 minutes talk out of that.
If you don't like this video, tell us why.
Also a good point. Yes, if you don't actually like our content and you have actually managed to listen far enough to hear this, go ahead and tell us about it. Tell us why. We are open to criticism. You know, we're pretty flexible.
And we will seek to improve upon it.
Which, of course, connects us to our next point, which is, as always, if you have any comments about the episode of any nature, leave those in the comment section down below. And, of course, if you want the latest in real-time conversation technology, we have a community Discord. It's in the description. We have quite a few people in it, even if some of them don't talk. I talked about it last time, but I have enabled the level-up system with our bot, so you gain EXP as you chat. Don't worry, it's on a slight timer, so you don't need to worry about people spamming to get EXP. It's just something that happens as you talk naturally. And, you know, we have a clear leaderboard system developing. Lucky is...
I am clearly in the lead, because I do not shut up.
That is exactly why. I'm number 2, probably. Let's just check. Yeah, I'm 2 of 6 out of people who actually have levels. I'm a full level behind Lucky. This is going to be real interesting, because Lucky's about to hit rank 10, which is the first time you get a role assigned to you. To keep track of how much leveling you've been doing. We'll see how that works. So yeah, we got a lot of fun in the Discord. We talked about it earlier. We've got custom commands, we got custom emotes.
I like my role. My role is the Prophet of Mikon. Mm-hmm. And I have the highest saturated blue.
Literally, I took a custom color, I opened blue, I was like, blue is text code, please. So
it's like
blue.
When you first see it, it will actually hurt your eyes. Like, we had people screaming in the Discord, like, my eyes! And I was like, yes, behold.
It's like the sun.
Oh, wait.
Sun's getting blue. Yuck, yuck, yuck. Everybody should get that joke. And of course, if you are new to the channel and you haven't already, please subscribe. We always get a few subscribers every video. That's always great. Subscribers are good. We're trying to hit 100 subscribers. Haven't heard a lot of feedback about what we'll do there, but we'll think of something fun to do to celebrate 100 subscribers.
As I said, there are a few ideas that have been floating about. One of my ideas is we might start doing giveaways. Ooh.
Yeah, that could be a thing we could do. We could do some giveaways. I gotta think about some of the ways to do it, but I'm familiar with people who do, like, giveaways, like, if you comment, for instance, we can then basically do, like, a script to pull a random name from a comment. There's also services like, you know, Gleam, which I have joined sweepstakes on, or giveaways on Gleam before, where, like, you can assign it to be, like, follow on the Twitter to get a point, or, you know, just click this link to get an entry. Make sure you're subscribed to the channel, that kind of stuff, and you can get more pulls. So we can do something like that. I've also floated personally doing, like, an AMA.
I can definitely...
as a possibility. And also, another thing I thought was fun is we could do basically like a riff track on the first episode of Fate Apocrypha, because that's out in non-witchcraft form.
Oh, it's out on Netflix.
Mm-hmm. So we could pull up the episode, basically sync it, we'll talk over it. We won't actually show the video because that'll get us copyright struck, but we will do our own audio of it, and then you guys can sync it up and play along, and you can hear our reactions to it as we talk about stuff. If you think that'll be fun. You know, God knows if people actually like that, we could turn that into a whole series. So that's our usual rigmarole. Of course, there's other ways you can help us out. Those are all in the description down below. This has been Let's Talk Fate Grand Order. You know, and Happy New Year to everybody. I know, the joke is that it's early. And now, I got an Altera button, so I'm gonna press it.
目標破壊する